Hello there! I'm working with Simplicity pattern 3543 from the early 1960s. I will be making view 2, which is the short dolmen sleeve option. The creepy guys behind the women are there because this pattern also comes with a pattern for a bow tie. I picked out this lovely poinsettia fabric from the thrift store. It has a very lovely late 1960s vibe to it, and it's 100% cotton. I really wanted to try out this pattern because there are so few pattern pieces. Like, I think there's only 3, and since it's dolmen sleeves, I don't have to set in sleeves at all. And this is my second try at making a button-down shirt, and I really wanted there to be as few details as possible so that it would really allow me to go ahead and focus on the construction of the collar and the buttonholes on the shirt. The pattern is a teens size 14. Since it's a early 1960s pattern, size 14, I definitely have to go ahead and size it up. I added about 1.5 inches to the seam allowance on the side seams of the front and back of the shirt. This pattern actually didn't come with a separate pattern piece for the interfacing needed for the front of the bodice section where the buttons and buttonholes will be placed. So I kind of just winged it when it came to cutting it out, since I knew roughly what shape and size the interfacing needed to be. Since I'm using fusible interfacing, I need to go ahead and iron it down. The interfacing I used was just a bit stiffer than what I would have liked to use for the shirt, but I really did not want to go to the fabric store, and I just used what I had on hand instead. I don't want to miss out on mentioning that this video was picked out by my subscribers. Several weeks ago, I placed a poll on my community tab on which pattern I should make for this holiday special, and the button-down blouse won the majority of the votes. I just wanted to thank everyone that took the time to vote, and if you would like to vote on future projects and get channel updates, be sure to subscribe. You will then get notified on any future videos that I upload, as well as any messages that I put through on my community tab. Okay, now I'm just sewing down the side seams of the shirt. Usually I do a French seam here, but I really want to breeze through this project, so I don't mind going ahead and pinking the side seams instead. For the buster, I actually tried something different and started sewing from the pointed part of the dart down to the side seam. And this way was so much easier than the other way around, so I am totally doing it this way from now on. Now that the bust darts are done, let's take a break. Christmas is just not complete without cookies, so I went ahead and included a recipe for these Gingersnap cookies in the description box below. I hope you enjoy. The directions for the collar were really standard, though I did manage to make a mistake. Even though I read all the directions, I just went ahead and sewed down the front portion of the shirt where you fold over the button placket to the collar, and I just did that way too soon, so I did have to go ahead and get out my seam ripper to undo it. Alright, it's the next day and I'm just finishing up the collar. All I'm doing here is just hand sewing down the inside of the collar to the shirt. I decided to hem the sleeve of the shirt, and I thought maybe it's a good idea after I hem it to go ahead and try on the shirt. That's when I noticed that the sleeves are huge and boxy, and all that I ended up doing was going ahead and unpicking the seam right underneath the armpit and then just taking out some of the fabric seam allowance on that in that area. And then after I did that, the sleeves fit properly. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the second button-up shirt I've ever made, and I have no idea why I had such a weird mental hang-up over buttonholes. They're really not that bad. And I was so excited to go ahead and put in buttonholes in this shirt. For the buttons, I just have like these really cute classic cranberry red buttons that I got from Joann's. I am really happy with how the shirt turned out. I'm definitely going to go ahead and make more in the future using this pattern, maybe play around with the collar shape. Definitely a very good beginner button-down shirt pattern to use. And lastly, I just want to say thank you everyone for watching, and I hope everyone has a happy and safe holiday season.